Welcome to Cafdil Lessons.
Hello learners, you are most welcome to yet another English grammar lesson. My name is Philomena Esi Esuman, your Basic 4 teacher. Today, we have another interesting topic to learn. It is something that we have started already. I hope you remember what we did the other time. And today we are going to continue. Today we are looking at quantifiers, and we are looking at a few and a little. A few and a little. By then, let's mark our previous homework on many and then much. Choose the correct word from the bracket to complete the sentence. Choose the correct word from the bracket to complete the sentence. 1. Do you know dash people here? And the answer is, do you know many people here? Do you know many people here? 2. Is there dash salt in the soup? Is there much salt in the soup? Is there much salt in the soup? 3. Kwesi has many friends at home than school. Kwesi has many friends at home than school. 4. There are many chairs in that room. There are many chairs in that room. And 5. She needs much flour to bake the bread. She needs much flour to bake the bread. I hope that you scored 5 out of the 5. I trust you. Now, let's go back to today's lesson. This is a continuation of what we did the other time. And today, we are looking at the use of a few and a little. A few and a little. Good. Our objective for today is that at the end of this lesson, you will be able to use a few and a little correctly in sentences. You will be able to use a few and a little correctly in sentences. Now let's look at the use of a few. I hope you have heard a few, or you have tried using a few in sentences. A few is used with countable nouns. A few is used with countable nouns. And at this moment, I know you already know what countable nouns are. Countable nouns are the things that can be counted. They are the things that can be counted. And so we use a few with countable nouns. Let's take some examples of countable nouns that we can use a few with. Apples. Apples. Friends. Friends. Books. Books. Dresses. Dresses. Eggs. Eggs. Cat. Cat. Pens. Pens. chairs, chairs. Teachers, teachers. Bottles, bottles. Umbrellas, umbrellas. Caps, caps. Watches, watches. Buckets, buckets. And then erasers, erasers. So these are few examples of countable nouns that you can use few with. A few is used with countable nouns, and these are just few examples. Now let's use a few in sentences. My father bought me a few skirts. My father bought me a few skirts. Now we have a few and then skirts being highlighted. A few is used with skirts because you can count skirts. Therefore, skirt is countable noun. They brought a few cars from America. They brought a few cars from America. So we have a few cars, a few cars. A few is used with countable noun, cars. They brought a few cars from America. Kwesi has a few pens in his bag. Kwesi has a few pens in his bag. A few pens. A few pens. Good. There are a few birds on that tree. There are a few birds on that tree. So a few and then birds. You can count as many birds as you want. So birds are countable nouns. There are a few birds on that tree. A few birds. A few people were at the party. A few people were at the party. Let's have more examples. I spoke to a few girls on the field. I spoke to a few girls on the field. A few girls. Girls can be counted. There are a few onions left in the basket. There are a few onions left in the basket. A few onions. A few onions left in the basket. I will get you a few dresses. I will get you a few dresses. A few dresses. A few dresses. Right. A few students failed the examination. A few students failed the examination. A few students. A few students. Students can be counted. So we use a few with students. We are left with a few days to vacate. We are left with a few days to vacate. At this moment, I hope you understand. And from now onwards, you can use a few correctly in sentences. Good. What did I say we use a few with? Tell your friend. Good. We use a few with countable nouns. Right. Now let's look at the use of a little. A little. A little. Now what do we see? water, and salt. When do we use little or a little? We use a little with uncountable nouns. We use a little with nouns, and then a few with countable nouns. Good. What are uncountable nouns? They are the things that cannot be counted. They are the things that cannot be counted. Can you give me some examples of uncountable nouns? That's good of you. We have Gary, salt. We use a little with uncountable nouns. So what you see on the screen are examples of uncountable nouns. Now let's see more examples of uncountable nouns. Sugar, sugar. Stew, stew. Flour, flour. Oat, oat. Oil, oil. Gari, gari. Milk, milk. Salt, salt. Powder, powder. Water, water. Porridge, porridge. Paint, paint. Honey, honey. Soup, soup. And then rice, rice. So these are examples of uncountable nouns. They are the names of things that cannot be counted. Good. Now let's use a little in sentences. She put a little sugar in the tea. She put a little sugar in the tea. So you can't say she used a few sugar in the tea, because few is used with countable nouns and a little is used with uncountable nouns. She put a little sugar in the tea. A little water can be used to cook the rice. A little water can be used to cook the rice. A little water. A little water. Great. Please pour a little kerosene on the fire for me. Please pour a little kerosene on the fire for me. A little kerosene. A little kerosene. I have a little flour in the sack. I have a little flour in the sack. A little flour. A little flour. She has a little jam in the bottle. She has a little jam in the bottle. A little jam. A little jam. I can prepare the stew with a little oil. I can prepare the stew with a little oil. A little oil. Add a little salt to the soup. Add a little salt to the soup. The boy asked for a little gari to eat. The boy asked for a little gari to eat. A little milk will be enough for the porridge. A little milk will be enough for the porridge. A little milk. Give me a little coffee to taste. Give me a little coffee to taste. Good. So we used a little with what? We used a little with what? Uncountable nouns. And then a few with what? Countable nouns. Good. Now this is a small exercise for you. I will give you 2 minutes. You are to choose the correct words from the brackets. You can start now. Well done. Okay, now let's do it together. Choose the correct word from the brackets. We have a little and a few. Number 1. Do you know dash people here? Do you know dash people here? What will be the answer? A few. Do you know a few people here? Do you know a few people here? 2. There is dash coffee in the jar. There is dash coffee in the jar. What is the answer? A little. A little. There is a little coffee in the jar. And I hope you know why you are saying a little. Good. 3. Did you add dash salt in the soup? Did you add dash salt in the soup? And the answer is a little. Did you add a little salt in the soup? Did you add a little salt in the soup? She has dashed flour to bake with. She has dashed flour to bake with. And the answer is she has a little flour to bake with. She has a little flour to bake with. And lastly, there are dash chairs in that room. There are dash chairs in that room? And the answer is a few. There are a few chairs in that room. There are a few chairs in that room. I hope you understand this. Very good. Now it's homework time. So get ready and then copy the homework. This is the instruction. Use a few or a little to complete the sentence. Use a few or a little to complete the sentence. So I am going to give you some few minutes to copy the homework and you do it. I hope you have been able to learn something. So you see, it's not difficult at all using a few and a little. I hope you will try this as many examples as you can so that it will not be difficult at all for you. Until we meet again, it's bye for now.